This is the employer's voice. South Africa House on Trafalgar Square has stood in London since 1933. This year, it shut its doors. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation says this is a planned upgrade. This is apparently only half the story. This old, historically significant building is now no longer fit for occupancy. This did not happen overnight. Decades of deferred maintenance finally caught up with the building. This is only one building, but it fits the pattern. South Africa's embassy in The Hague sits abandoned with broken windows and no one attending to it. The Auditor General's own report on this department found that its foreign assets have been mismanaged to the point of being uninhabitable. This is not the opposition talking. This is government's own watchdog. This is a department that cannot account for the buildings it rents with taxpayers' money and does not believe it owes anyone an explanation. Meanwhile, South Africa is still spending billions on programs that do nothing for this economy. They can find the money for that, but they cannot find money to fix a leaking roof on a building that represents this country to the world. Why does this keep happening? Because our foreign missions have become a landing pad for cadres, not a professional service for the country. Officials who were removed from cabinet over corruption allegations get recycled into ambassadorships instead of facing consequences. One former minister let go over corruption scandals is now our ambassador to France. Career diplomats who understand trade get pushed aside for political appointees who are simply being parked somewhere comfortable on the taxpayer's account. Walk past the Canadian High Commission or the Indian High Commission near Trafalgar Square. They are maintained. They stand out. Then look at what is supposed to represent South Africa. You can judge a government by how it treats the things it is already responsible for. An embassy is supposed to be the shopfront of South Africa. A neglected, closed embassy tells every investor watching that this government cannot manage what it already owns, let alone what it wants to regulate next. Neglect is not confined to one embassy in London. It is how this government operates. I'm Gerald Papenfuss, Chief Executive of NEAHASA, and this is the Employer's Voice.